Hello there, Ian here once again, and it's great to be with you. I hope this is catching you happy, healthy, safe and strong. Today I'd like to share a few ideas around a simple mathematical equation. Now, I am not a particular mathematician, but it's a neat way of explaining how we experience our results and our outcomes, and give us a clue as to where to focus to improve our results. Because every one of us, even though we may not know the formula, every one of us is influenced by this simple representation. So without further mystery, here it is. And it's simply written best this way. B times do equals have. A little bit better. Have. So the have part, of course, is our results and outcomes. The do part of the equation represents our activities, what we are busy with during the day. And the B part of the equation is our skills. And disciplines. So the first thing to note with this equation is the multiplication sign between be and do. If anything, as we know, is multiplied by 0, if either one of those is 0, then have is 0. Even if b is very high but do is 0, we still have nothing much to show for it. So the first thing to note is the multiplication sign. If either one of those is 0, what we have is also 0. True in mathematics and also true in life. So if we look at a couple of examples, let's just say that I wanted to have great results as a tennis player. Now, I enjoy a social bit of tennis. I'm not particularly good, but let's say that I really wanted to experience great results. I wanted to have success as a tennis player. I could play game after game after game after game. I could be very strong on the do part of the equation, but never really invest the time and the effort and the mundane repetition required to improve my shots. My results would be bad. On the other side of the equation, I could spend hours and hours and hours in that skills development side, but never get on a tennis court and actually play a match. What I would have would be 0. In another scenario, let's just say for fun that I was able to sit down in a commercial airline cockpit and look at the checklist for the pre-flight checks. It's written down there step by step by step, but I would not have the skills to implement that checklist and get the plane off the ground, and the passengers would have a disastrous ride if that was the case. So we need to have both. So first up, I hope that maybe give you some insight, if you're not experiencing the results that you really want, where your focus may lie as a first focus. If we look back at the equation, where if you're not having particularly great results, where do you think, if this is you, where do you think the clue might be? Are you busy? Are you doing lots and lots of stuff, but not investing time in the skills development to be able to implement what you're doing with success. If you're in sales, are you making lots and lots and lots of prospecting calls, but never taking the time to train yourself in how to listen to customers, how to understand their business problems? Or if you've got books and books and books and you're reading lots of stuff and educating yourself really, really well, but not getting out there and doing anything, that can also be a clue. In my experience, and this is a personal view, and by the way, I have been guilty of all of these errors and more. In my experience, many of us are busy. Many of us are doing lots of stuff. And in terms of a procedure or a course that you might have bought, you can also, and this is the last idea, do is represented by the what to. What to do. The B part of the equation is also usefully represented as how to. All right, so in terms of a system that you might be trying to follow, the steps can be written down, a bit like the pilot's checklist. But without investing in the skills necessary to implement that system, we're also going to get poor results. So it's a personal view, but most of us, or many of us, are busy with doing lots of stuff, but not spending enough time in developing our skills, our disciplines, and even our beliefs to support our activities. So I really hope that that did make sense and maybe gave you a few ideas to implement and start you on the path to achieving better results. I look forward to sharing with you again soon, and until then, be kind to each other and stay safe.